anyway. And also, I think the point that Yanko made with ENCE is a very good one as well. I think this is a team that on this map specifically is very much going to be missing Spinks. I mean, you're going to miss Spinks regardless with the quality of player he is.
Sure.
But he was such a big factor for ENCE's T side. We'll see it more in the second half. He was a force in middle, but it was the same thing on the CT side as well. So going to be interesting to see how they overcome that.
Oh, dycha's right up close. He's got some backup with valde behind him. Dualies, they've walked right past him. They might not realize all the attention taken away. Valde's going to be traded, but they still have no idea. A free kill coming through. Snappi, no chance. GXX in a little bit of trouble, and they line up the Dualies. Slaughter them. Snappi next in line, and just one player left here on the BNE side.
There's my Dualies, baby. I'm loving it. Triple kill from dycha.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. What a great play. Well, I mean, even like, I mean, you're kind of making the decision to bait valde a little bit there, where you're just like, look, bro, you're going to go down, but they have no idea I'm here. I'm going to be set up perfectly, and dycha rewards that kind of a bait with a huge performance. And there's the other Dualies finding the final kill. Quick and easy pissed around for ENCE. It's 1-0. Now, I just put out a tweet, and I'll just say it here as well. With Furia playing on the main stage, the crowd is so loud. When you are backstage walking through the playing area for the B stream and the other setups, you cannot hear the people talking next to you. Everyone is having to raise their voices just to speak to each other with the way that crowd is. So these players and these teams, while not on stage, are still feeling the effects to some extent of the crowd noise.
Yeah, it is all-consuming in that big hall, there's no doubt. Second round is here. Some SMGs and some decent aggression coming out. SunPayus, Snappi to follow it up, and yeah, they just want to fight out here. Kind of a classic battle to be happening on Ancient. Some teams like it more than others, but ENCE definitely taking it to them in this round, but they know they have the advantage anyway.
I'm actually really pumped to see this ENCE play without Spinks and see this like kind of lineup, this valde and this SunPayus being incorporated into this roster and how it can go, because it's still, I mean, this is still this major, tall task for this team that's kind of, you know, very recently come together. So I'm just curious to see the next evolution of what ENCE, what kind of work they've been putting in, what the results of that work are going to be with the 2 new additions. And Snappi has just shown that he can be such a dynamic caller as well. There's a lot of interesting parts to this ENCE team, despite the fact that, you know, they probably don't have the same kind of fear, same kind of vibe around them as they did previously earlier in the year.
That's true, but as you said, probably also because of the sort of the roster change so close to the major, maybe expectations are going to be a little bit lower. So they might just be, yeah, they might just be in for a good run if they can win some of the big games here. I think it's still possible. I'm sure some people had ENCE in their 0-3, but probably looking to surprise a little bit.
Yeah,
I still feel like, sorry, I still feel like the fact that BNE are even here and they keep sort of qualifying for the major and then you don't sort of see the rest of the year is still crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly a very, yeah, it's an interesting way to go about things. I know Bad News Eagles, they're not the ones, they don't look at it in that way though. They very much see themselves as teams that can make the playoffs as well, looking to make that next step.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Even if their first game here was a little bit rough, I still can't see that happening.
Running out of utility, though. 50 seconds left in the round. 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs left for Bad News Eagles T side. 45 seconds on the clock. Deep Molotov. Late Molotov towards middle to prevent the fallback. That's going to delay things even further. Some damage taken by ENCE. valde brought down to 37. dycha tagged up as well. And now Bad News Eagles start to make their move.
SunPayus gets a clear look down the middle, doesn't see anyone, and Snappi was just playing for that smoke.
That's a brutal timing on that smoke. The bomb is rotating back around. By the time the bomb actually gets to the double doors outside of the B bomb site, there's going to be, what, like 15 seconds left on the clock?
And look at the rotation.
There's 4 defenders here. ENCE doesn't actually have to win. If they just throw bodies at the problem and just have minimal resistance, this round's over. Yeah,
already seems like it is. 12 seconds, and what a lineup. SunPayus coming in, and Madden following it up with a good couple of kills, so GXX the only one left, and yeah, they lost this round. It almost feels like 20 or 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I mean, ENCE had all the information. Late peek down mid, they had the delay Molotov to make sure that Bad News Eagles was going to be forced to execute onto the B bomb site. That gave them the confidence to rotate extra players over. The smoke down in Jaguar as well in Cave. That was all brutal. Well played from ENCE. Good composure, and valde talked about the need to have better communication, and that kind of utility usage all comes down to communication.
Yeah. Communication and some confidence and trying to play their own game.
Communication, confidence, and coordination. The 3 C's of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, there we go. Laid it all out. I like it. double Molotov in middle, double HE to follow it up. So if the T's on the other side are paying just a little bit of attention, they're going to know that there's two people in middle right away. Quick opening from GXX. He's ready to take the fight to Snappi, and he maybe could have won it, but good return here on the ENCE side. Rigon coming in with a shot. Deagle up close.
That's the bomb.
SunPayus, yep, that is the bomb, and he's going to smoke it off and just, he knows there might be someone else there. Flash is coming through, and they actually pick up the bomb and try to make a run for it, but they are running into a pretty good defense right here. Valde showing up with a spray down on that AK. Good triple. And ENCE in the lead now, 4-0.
Yeah, great opening for ENCE, and they don't look too concerned. They looked very comfortable at the moment, and especially losing a player early to the challenge from GXX up the B ramp. They handled all that situation very well. Good rotation back from Snappi. Nicely done recovering the situation. Valde putting the pin in it. 4-0. I, for one, really enjoyed forest firefighting lessons from Yanko on the desk.
Yeah, just obviously don't try it at home. Was maybe the one thing missing from that little lecture, but otherwise I agree.
Definitely don't.
Important, valuable skills to have potentially, depending on where you live in the world.
If you're going into that industry. Or if you're having a baby announcement.
There we go. Topical memes.
All right, a little bit of utility out in the middle. Oh, what a timing's found from Snappi. What a connection through the smoke, coming through the smoke in middle. Valde's still here, and Snappy's going to peek out one more time. Valde falls. Impressive trading from Bad News Eagles. I think Snappi, don't overstay your welcome. You've already shown your presence here twice.
Yeah, this feels like, oh my god, the damage is amazing. That lineup is dangerous because they can obviously shoot back, so I feel like the T side is starting to recognize that a little bit more. 3 versus 3, but with a fair bit of damage on GXX. A little bit careful now. Bomb still in the middle, hanging out. They're sort of staying as a group of 3 at the moment, with just under 50 seconds on the clock. ENCE though are quite far spread out, but they're kind of covering almost all of their bases, though SunPayus, he might have missed a huge timing here.
Awkward. Utility out. Off on SunPayus, there's the first. He's got plenty more coming his way. What a response, what a rebuttal, but you still got one more to find. Would you ever expect dycha?
Probably not, and also you don't have a lot of time to check out everything. They're going to go straight for the bomb plan. They line up, and it's an easy double for him. They definitely, to answer your question, did not expect it.
Yeah, the answer to that was no. You do not expect it.
5-0 for ENCE. This is a brilliant start. I mean, this is something that obviously Valde also touched upon in the interview, saying, you know, specifically against Fury, if they get off to a good start, then they're going to keep running. But I don't think BNE are that much different in that sense.
No, yeah, I think that's the big thing. I mean, obviously, when you say in an interview, you know, we want to catch the momentum early. I think every team would say the exact same thing in an interview. But I think against a team like Bad News Eagles, I think it's more important to stop them from catching momentum early, right? That's a team that can very easily snowball it out of control if their confidence gets to peak level. Out mid already, though, for Rigon. Counter utility spent. Valde's calling it out. One's crossed over towards the mid stairs. Second player joining him. That's dycha in Donut.
All right. Sound of the Deagle. Not something you really want to be peeking into again necessarily. Oh, he's going to do it. I'm going to say, don't have a strong need to. You've got 2 teammates that are holding the middle on the other side. And Rigon, he's set himself up for a much, much deeper angle than he actually took the fight at. So Maiden's going to be able to take him down, and with a good follow-up.
Yeah, and then just sticking away. They're like, yep, okay, 5-on-3. We found that surgical strike back away. Although, Madden's perhaps overstaying his welcome. The Deagle doesn't land a follow-up shot, and neither does GXX. ENCE is going to survive with plenty a player alive.
Yeah. Huge for them, obviously.
4 kills on Madden.
Yeah, he's doing a real good job in the middle.
Get the ace.
Might not be possible.
Nah.
Sereni is kind of, you know, a little bit far away.
Just call him Sereni.
I did?
I think your brain just flipped out around the R and the N. It's okay. I just wanted to laugh at you a little bit in front of all those people out in the world.
Yeah. Listen, it's getting late down here in Brazil.
6-0. First time out called from Bad News Eagles, and it is much needed. It is sorely needed.
That's why I need you, Jason, you know?
Yeah, keep you on your toes. Ooh. Can't let you get away with things like that.
No, you shouldn't.
And Bad News Eagles can't let Madden get away with things like that either.
God damn. Round number 7 coming up. This is a dream start that I'm sure ENCE were, in the back of their minds, were hoping for and thinking about. Not exactly the one that BNE were looking for.
No, not at all. Not in any way. I mean, we haven't really seen the Bad News Eagles that we saw on the Challenger stage kind of come out quite yet. We haven't seen that hard-hitting shots. We haven't seen the really aggressive and assertive plays. We haven't seen the individuals looking like they just don't care and show no respect to the opposition.
We're looking at the scoreboard, right? We've got 2 kills on 3 of them, 1 and then 0 on Snappi.
Yeah, I mean, with this many kills in the previous match, Cloud9 had 4 rounds on the board.
True. Good point. Not quite so at the moment. Leaning quite far away from that early B lane, putting a little bit of pressure on the middle.
All right, Snappi, you're getting a little bit big for your britches. Let's see what you can do inside this smoke. This is a very daring position to be in, especially when that smoke clears. Oh, he's got a kill anyways over the flames. Almost a follow-up. Snappi brought down. Valde's going to move into position behind an HE grenade that chunks down 2 players.
Yeah, that looked scary for a moment. But
they're coming right at SunPayus.
Yes. AWP, Dragon, not a shot at it. Didn't probably want to take the fight more than just wanted to find out what was going on. But against the AWP, you're not going to get much of a chance.
You could see him considering just dropping out the utility, lining it up, and they go, actually, I don't want to do this. I will go elsewhere on the map.
Please.
Like, I know you're telling me to go A, but I'm in front, you are in the back, and I will not be doing this. Back to middle we go. Pack mentality for Bad News Eagles. There's a... they can slip the net here. SunPayus is rotated away from A towards middle. Valde is pushed up for a flanking maneuver, so there's a gap in towards Donut, but that gap is closing, and it's now going to turn into a very effective flank timing for Valde.
Yeah, it really is. I'd be shocked if they managed to turn around and see it coming. They're all focused on that. He's going to find at least a 1 kill. Could have easily been more than that. GXX up next to try and see if he can take him down. He does have the bomb on his back, so he has to live 17 seconds, and this could well be around for ENCE once again. 2 versus 3. And Maiden coming in really quick. Simultaneous kills coming through there for the M4A1s, and they're going to be able to clean up the round. 7-0 in favor of ENCE. They're doing a remarkable job at the moment.
Yeah, they're looking rock solid.
That push out from the A hallways from Valde, you're right, there was a chance that they could have flown under the radar.
But I mean, if you're Bad News Eagles in that situation, like, we can obviously tell that they found the gap in the defense. There's no way for them to know, and there's no way for them to pick up the pace, you know, and actually get into the bomb site before that flank is just extremely painful. Nicely done from Valde and ENCE. 7-0. We need to see a Bad News Eagles. Let's see what we need to see them get some opening kills, right? We need to see them starting a 5-on-4. Let's see what you can do when you create some space by an opening frag.
Yeah, they got the AWP on GXX. I mean, it's going to be hard with all the nades coming down out here. They stood on top of each other. Especially difficult now that he's down to 28 health. That was basically 3 Ts stacked on top of each other trying to dodge the sea of flames that was right in front of them. Snappi catches the boost on up. He knows there's going to be more people down there, but yeah, why even stick around? You've already done everything you wanted.
That's a huge kill to get. There's still smokes as well, obscuring the vision of Snappi and Madden, who can't wrap around and flank towards the B ramp. However, Bad News Eagles don't feel comfortable putting this bomb down. Snappi alive in cave. 2 players fall before the bomb is even planted. Scenario is stuck inside the site. Snappi is stuck on B ramp, coming through a smoke to do what he can, and that's absolutely nothing. dycha with a statement frag with the dualies, and it is 8-0. Nobody falls for ENCE.
It's kind of shocking that they were able to actually run into the bomb site with 3 or 4 people and not even get a single kill. They get the bomb plant, that's fine, but obviously no kills in that at all. 8-0 in favor of ENCE right now. dycha hasn't died yet. I mean, in terms of deaths in general on the ENCE side, they're looking so good at the moment.
There's 9 kills for Bad News Eagles in 8 rounds. That's the first problem you're going to encounter if you're Bad News Eagles, where you just say, look, the fragging ain't there. No matter what we call, no matter where we go, if the fragging's not there, we're not going to be able to make anything work.
Yeah, you said you were excited to see what ENCE looked like without Spinks in the mix on this particular map, and at least on the CT side so far, it's looking good. Snappi, very aggressive. Bit of a lone wolf setup there, just running into it to take the fight. Probably some friendly nades behind him, but the shots were so good. He's going to continue to go down the middle. A triple kill for Snappi in this round, and dycha sneaking in, executing Scenario, and it's going to be GXX on his own.
This is a welcome to the pros game for ENCE at the moment. They have no issues whatsoever. This looks like a huge gap of skill.
It does, and I'm a little bit surprised. I am
too.
I would have given this a good 50-50 odds. I feel like this is, from the start, I would have guessed a very open game.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm not gonna argue too hard against that point. But I mean, ENCE have all the answers right now, and at the moment, I think they're just saying, look, like, you know, let's push everything. Let's go for a lot of flanks. We're getting kills. We're winning the early engagements. Let's really shrink this map. Let's cause a lot of chaos and mayhem for Bad News Eagles. And they're doing just that. Snappi, there's a nice kill. There's a nice opening. Snappi's got 2 before he falls. But look how confident dycha is. Look how confident. 12-0, not afraid of anything. And it's still in the driver's seat.
Doesn't even look like he has any recoil from the movement when he's taking those fights. He's just so sharp. We're going with a good kill at the very least. And this is a round that's costing ENCE something finally.
I don't think they care.
No, probably not.
Yeah, they might even be happy, actually. SunPayus is about to get maxed out. He's got 14K.
They needed someone to spend the money on.
Yeah, exactly. Probably needed to spend it in the previous round, so he didn't max out, but it's all good. I think that's one of those problems you can forgive. Madden pushing up. Rion just coming back to get the bomb. Will he be prepared? He is indeed. He pre-aimed a little bit. Okay, this gets interesting. Can Rion actually win this? This was a 1v3 at one point, and SunPayus now with the pistol out in middle.
It's a nice idea. Good attempt, you've got to say, from Rigon. She did the best that he could there. No idea, obviously, where SunPayus is at the end. A 10-round run for ENCE to start this first half with.
Yeah, this is back-to-back really rough games on Ancient for Bad News Eagles. They lost the opener against Spirit 16-8, or 8-16, I should say, on this very map, and now another really rough opening performance, 0-10. They've only called the 1 timeout.
Maybe that challenger stage buff only lasts for the opening game and then it goes away. I mean, it didn't even do that for BNE, I suppose, but still.
I mean, what's really rough about it is against Spirit, it was Bad News Eagles managed to put 8 rounds on the board on their T side.
Yeah.
Like it's gone the other direction here. A very nice T side for Ancient in that game. They got blanked on their own defensive side, which doesn't bode well.
Well, they've kind of slowed it down. A couple of times they've tried to rush this position. They slowed that down at the very least, so they're avoiding all of the early nades. And if they're comfortable playing in the last 30 seconds of the round, why not bait out more of the ENCE grenades? And for once, ENCE actually aren't even contesting that, or middle.
Yeah, holding onto their own utility a little bit longer as well. Not so much balls. Oh, why not? Okay, well.
How's that fair?
Yeah, it's not.
Nearly the return. That's a good attempt right there. Well, GXX is going to get traded right away, but he did at least get the kill on valde. Smoke timing, and they're going to try and beat his Snappi. He got the rifle out in the last possible second for the double. Synopsy now. 1 versus 4. If he was a 10th of a second later with that AK, he gets run down, and the bomb site's probably gone. That's a good read on Synopsy. He had the right call. He knew someone was going to be peeking up. My God.
Snappi's having a great time. He's 17-5. He's been seeing so much action outside of Jaguar. This one's obviously them pushing to him through smoke, so nice, easy fights. But that first kill, there was a timing on that wasn't comfortable. Nice job from SunPayus, making sure GXX can't get away. But this is the beauty. This is the real meat and potatoes of the round. Good double from Snappi. Valde got the start he wanted. He's got the middle of the half he's wanted, and I assume he's going to get the end of the half that he wanted.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you hear people say that a lot. We have to play with more confidence. We need a better start. And yeah, okay, those sound like good talking points, but don't always see it follow through in this.
Those aren't good talking, but those are empty calories.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you write them down.
They sound great.
It sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds verbally good.
Like one of those motivational things on your fridge, you know.
Yeah.
But in reality,
spend your day with confidence. Thank you.
Well, they're doing it.
Out of the timeout.
I don't know if it's probably not the fridge magnets that are making the difference here for ENCE, but
no, probably not.
Something is.
Somewhere in the world, Natsu sitting in his Finnish sauna, watching this game, happy as something. Double spray down from Snappi. That's 19 kills now on the board for him. And valde is going to be able to dual challenge at least, but not actually stop GXX. Bomb is on the deck. Madden is here. You've also got dycha ready and waiting as well.
Yeah, desperate scenario right now for the T side. Trying to get the John. All right, that's something.
There it is.
Third kill finally. Double kill here for Flatro, and it's going to be one more. Taking down dycha. There's something to work with now. 1 versus 2. SunPayus on his own. And they're going to make the run for it. He's heard it, obviously, but it's still kind of hard for him to run with the same speed to relocate, because
Well,
it could be a fake.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. It's not so much like reading it. It's do you just make the gamble? Do you commit? He's walking over slowly. Here's the smoke go down. Gonna let the bomb get planted. And it'll come right through to start this 1v2.
Yeah, just a footstep. Tech9's out. This is looking good. They finally might be getting around here. AWP, it's a nice attempt, but he's going to get caught by GXX. So, bad news, Eagles. They finally pick up a round after losing 11 in a row.
The answer was Vegas Squadron, jumping Mac 10.
It is a classic.
Yeah, they've gone back. They've dug deep into the old major playbooks.
Man, it's obviously this is not a round that you can easily repeat, right? Like
This was a 2-on-5.
Yeah. Oh, that's even crazier.
There's the first one, little spam in the smoke to get the second one, and obviously GXX cleans up the round. 11-1, finally the first round on the board. Took 2 timeouts in 12 rounds.
Presumably you don't learn anything in that round that
Nope.
you say, ooh, great, we're going to be able to use that one more time. It's like, yeah, that worked, but it might not again. Recon, they're going to be taking that man. That's a good start. Spray, it's a lot of damage onto Snappi. And look at who's sneaking up into the B bomb side while nobody's watching. This is a pretty
Lord.
sick move. GXX. Wow. Ice cold.
Did Valde not hear that shot, or did he think maybe it was in middle? I think that might have been around where, as I mentioned when this game started, the crowd being so loud, even to the teams backstage. I don't think Valde realized where that op shot came from because he had no clue whatsoever. And now, finally, we're seeing some of the confidence from Bad News Eagles to push forward on the map and get into aggressive positions.
Yeah.
It's paying off.
Looked like they had an opening essentially on both sides of the map, but they obviously, with that kill on Valde, they decided to go for the A-bomb side ultimately. It's interesting times. Snappi and SunPayus 2 versus 4. And, I don't know, they have a lot of money in the bank, but probably not worth just to throw it away here. 11-2. Devastating. If they could get up to 11-4 right now, I feel like at least they could exit the first half with some feeling that there's an improvement happening here. If they fall flat now, though, it'll be pretty devastating, obviously, for the T side.
I think it's going to be pretty devastating regardless of what happens. This has been a painful half.
Yeah.
Maybe the only thing that claws it back is if they rattle off all these final 4 rounds and you have, I don't know.
You win the pistol, second half.
At least something positive. But remember, they got blanked against Spirit earlier today on their CT side. Spirit won 9 rounds in a row.
Yeah, I will say this. I think Spirit's T side was someone else. I've rarely seen the teams play that impressively on the T side. So, especially on Ancient, I just feel like there is a tendency for things to fall a little bit flat, even after the change.
Timeout called from ENCE. They're first. They haven't really had any real issues throughout this half, but I think they're saying the same thing that we are, and just like, guys, let's not let them get the last 4. Let's stop this before anything can truly begin. Let's make sure they feel the full weight, the full pressure of just getting absolutely dominated and bodied in this first half.
Yeah.
Don't give them any happiness to move forward with.
No, steal the happiness. Yeah, that's a bit brutal there, Jason, but if it works, then why not?
Why not?
Fixing a mic problem, I think, on top of everything else. Yeah, it's a ridiculous scoreline that we're seeing on the side individually for the ENCE side of things too. Just looking so good at the moment. Can you give us an update on what's happening on the A stream, Jason?
Yeah, the A stream? Yeah, well, it started out, when we started this game, I think Spirit was up over Furia like 8-1 or 9-1 or something crazy. Furia's coming back. They're giving it the old Cloud9 treatment. It was 11-4 at half, and now Furia has caught back up. It's 11-8, still in the favor of Team Spirit, but they have yet to get around in the second half.
Okay, that's interesting. Spirit kind of coming in with with a big presence early on in here at the Legend stage.
Yeah, it's been interesting. I haven't really known what to really expect out of Spirit with all the things swirling around. I've seen a lot of interviews from players. They've been very outspoken as well.
I swapped Spirit out of my pick'ems for Furia in the last second, like in the last minute of the pick'ems being opened.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
I hear there was a little glitch in the Matrix today where the pick'ems, you could change them even when the games were live.
Oh, really?
That's the word on the street.
I wasn't doing that. I was just feeling crazy for a second.
I think I have Spirit as my 3-0 team.
Oh,
I remember.
That's not looking like a bad pick at the moment.
No, it's not.
All right. Hopefully means everyone's ready. Yeah, the countdown's begun again, and we're going to head into round number 14.
Round 14. 11-2 is the scoreline here. ENCE with that 9-round lead. It's been easy, it's been clinical, it's been quick, it's been efficient, and even losing 2 rounds in a row, they've got plenty of money in the bank and a strong buy.
All right, quick towards the A-bomb side as well. It looks like T side wanted to show up. AWP is there. SunPayus probably been a little bit lonesome over here. Hasn't seen that much action. Tried to find some in the middle. And they shut down.
That's the
Snappi
scene.
trying to get in.
Oh, that's the scene from Enemy at the Gates where they argue about who's going to go first.
Yeah.
Well, Snappi went second.
Smokes are up, Molotovs. This has really been slowed down, and they're probably worried about some of those flanks from ENCE that we've been seeing earlier.
And this is a problem because they've actually used all their utility, Bad News Eagles. They've only got 2 flashbangs and an HE grenade left, so if they slow play this too much, then the only thing they have waiting for them is fights. They have nothing to block off the angle for SunPayus. And you'd have to wait for the flank to come in to be effective.
Oh, there's something at least. Maybe if they can catch this kill on Donut. Look at the timing, is amazing. They get a couple in return. Valde spinning around. He's ready for it here, but the AK will bring him down. 2 versus 2 and 45 seconds. Even without the utility, they actually managed to get real close to the moment. But the problem is, like you said, they still can't really get rid of that AWP. GXX is going to be taking out Madden, and now SunPayus on his own. The bomb is right in his scope, but look at who's flanking him. They're ready for it. He gets the kill, but he's about to get shot in the back, and he can't get the scope out in time. Nice clutch at the end, and a 3rd round for Bad News Eagles.
What a great push from Juan Flatro to just say, you know what, screw it. You're going to go try and get the bomb. I'm going to wrap around this and try and secure this position. I know you got 1 kill there, but it's a powerful position to hold. That's a beautiful, beautiful rotation. 3 straight for Bad News Eagles. They finally got their mojo back.
He basically did this whole round on his own, right? He was the one flanking Donut to open it up.
Yep.
Then he went on flank CT spawn to get the final kill.
And he also was he also got 3 kills in the first round that Bad News Eagles run. His MAC-10 was the one that got them on the board in the get-go. So Juan Flatro, I mean, putting together the best possible half that he can after such an abysmal start.
Oh, dycha risking his life shooting through there, and they were ready to receive him on the other side.
I think one of the nice things that Bad News Eagles had in these past few rounds is this kind of control towards Jaguar up this lane is just like, finally, Snappi's cooled off in maybe these past 3 rounds. He was 17-5 at one point, now 20-7, but this round he's looking good. He's looking like he's back up to his dirty ways. Double kill to open things up, 5-on-3. ENCE is looking at a 12-3 scoreline at half.
He's so confident taking that fight because he's got the double setup in the middle behind him, so he's just not worried about anything. Yeah, 3 versus 5. And you're right. Some of these rounds, at least, have been opened up by Juan Flatro, so they need that. They need that again. GXX with the AWP, it's good to see him have it again because he's been doing some work. Hard round to get into right here. They're all stacked up on one side of the map, and Snappi's actually going to go down. That's a nice start. Madden sneaking on in, but he's not able to hit the shot. He probably should have been. They're very, very low on health, and dycha's here to clean it all up. He ends it on a triple, and that is a stunning scoreline in favor of ENCE, 12-3.
Yeah, very powerful half. They've got Bad News Eagles on the ropes very quickly already. Off to a halftime break. We'll see if Bad News Eagles can recover when we return.
A slow start for ENCE in their opening game here at the Legends stage, but on the follow-up game here against Bad News Eagles, they've looked amazing. 12-3 in the opening half on the CT side of Ancient. That is definitely something spectacular. They look almost undefeatable.
Yeah, Madden's vibing there. He's doing a little dance. He's been having a good time. Dycha and Snappi had quite an opening half. Actually, I mean, you can even throw SunPayus in there to a certain degree. Snappi, 21-8. He was a huge part of that defense. He was an anchor over towards that B-bomb. So now they switch sides, and as I mentioned a couple times in the first half, Bad News Eagles got 0 rounds on their CT side earlier today on this map against Spirit. Juan Flatro's already been spotted, but equally, he's calling it out. He's saying, we've seen 3 people go towards middle, smoked off. They're already attacking. Good shot.
What a headshot. It feels like most of these rounds are on the back of him just hitting some great shots. SunPayus trying to get back, but when Flatro's still here, getting the shot. SunPayus swings deep into the bomb site, and now it's a 2-on-2.
Bombs down at CT spawn. They got to go back for it. That's why the USP has been picked up by SunPayus, and he's going to wait. He's going to wait for valde to make his play, re-flanking through middle. And SunPayus just has to survive, but that's easier said than done.
And Scenario reads it. He knows what is coming. Rigon's out looking as well. I like this a little bit. Oh, what a find. He nearly walked past. He nearly got the job done there, Rigon. If he could have snuck past, he would have been in a cool position.
And valde's playing this so smart. He's waiting. He's just like, I'm not doing anything until you're here. I'm going to wait for you. He could have tried to execute that flank all on his own and had SunPayus followed up, but they're going to stick together.
Let's see. Oh, he's out in the open as well. He's so screwed right now. Scenario, he's trying to get away, but they just run him down. SunPayus a nice triple. And very calm. Like we talked about the comms, or valde did at the start of it with Banks, and that's the kind of round where you really see that coming in.
And this is where it's also extra dicey for Bad News Eagles. I mean, obviously the scoreline is horrendous, is not looking good, but there's no real great decision here. It's almost like Bad News Eagles maybe just have to buy every single round. This is such a long comeback they have to make without winning the pistol, and if they don't convert this second round at 3-14, you're kind of in the same position where it's like, do we really think we're going to rattle off 12 in a row?
Yeah. Kind of a little bit hard to see that at the moment, at the very least. 10-round gap. And they did buy everything they could. Who could blame them?
They're at A, heading towards Rigon. Deagle in hand, no utility to delay anything. He's in a lot of trouble. Gonna hustle back to Donut where he's got a teammate. He's got reinforcements, but that smoke ruins both their days.
Yeah, hard to find a Deagle shot like that. SunPayus trying to plant inside of the fire. It's a bold idea. He does give up on it rather quickly. Oh my god! A nuclear bomb onto dycha and SunPayus. That could change the round.
It could, but there's a flank coming in through Donut. They begin the retake before ENCE is ready. Madden, you have so much to do with this MAC-10. Nade is going to go out, but the bomb, remember, it's planted to the left. It's planted further left than he would expect. It's not the default plant because of the Molotov earlier, and Bad News Eagles have done it.
Dad, it's a surprise in a round. I can't believe it. Double nade. We're going to see that one more time. And it's the follow-up as well, obviously, with the 1D. That made a big difference. Scary. I feel like even at the end in that 1 versus 3 type situation, it's still, you know, with no kit, 10-second defuse, and an SMG on the other side of a smoke, that could have still gone horribly wrong.
Oh, yeah.
13-4.
Well, ENCE is going to come right back into it as well with the plant. They've got Tech 9, they've got utility, they've got a Galil. These are the kind of rounds that ENCE really made their name on earlier this year. These kinds of situations. Snappi with his calling, the team being really dynamic with Tech 9s, really mobile with MAC-10s as well.
Double flash on dycha, and then they're probably just going to send it to that B-bomb site.
And if they can cross to the B ramp, Scenario is all alone there for the moment. Actually, excuse me, Juan Flatro's just made the call to hustle back towards the bomb site as well, so he's closer. You also have GXX rotating back around, so ENCE is going to have a staunch defense to get through.
Molotov in that little cubby. It's a good start. Scenario's here. Juan Flatro as well. And Snappi's going to get the opening. That running Tech 9 still dangerous after all these years. Smoke goes up on top, and Scenario's looking for it, but not able to find anything at the moment. There's just a wall of smoke down, sprayed through, and Synopsy's going to be able to get the kill on Snappi. But here's the return. Madden and dycha doing great work at the moment. GXX trying to keep his team in this map. 2 versus 2. And sneaking through valde. This is a sick play. Hiding inside of the smoke. He's just going to stand still. They're not expecting it at all, although eventually they might be getting there anyway because the kit is inside of the smoke, so they'll kind of have to show up. GXX, oh, the eyes on him. This is an amazing round. Quad kill, and they're going to be quick with it. Scenario not waiting for that kit to show up. He just wanted to go for it right away. Oh, it's real close, but he will get it.
That is a close affair. I think Bad News Eagles going to be breathing a sigh of relief. They were able to come away with that one extremely close. I thought valde was going all the way through that smoke. I thought he was going to take the ultimate risk and not sit inside of it. I thought he was going to try and wrap all the way around. But GXX being patient as you like. He's actually looking towards Cave, and it's just fortunate he sees valde come through the smoke and doing his best to get his team fired up.
A lot of positions for GXX to clear in that 2v2. And just having an eye on that smoke is obviously super, super important. All right, slight opening, very slight opening. They almost lost the map in that last round.
Yeah, they absolutely did. Back to pistols, although I don't think ENCE is going to... Ooh, I was going to say, I don't think they're going to invest a whole lot. We just see them, as you can see in the HUD, dropping an AK-47 over to SunPayus. Looks like a hero AK-47 with the purpose of limiting economic growth as much as possible, because otherwise it's on armored deagles.
All right, pretty default spread coming out. 2 of them checking out the B side, 3 of them on the other side. Madden not checking out anything. He walked right into that double nade. But Snappi's there.
Hey, what a game he's having.
Yeah, he's living up to the name.
He had 24 kills, 111 ADR. Well, Regan's going to get called upon one more time. We saw him getting hyped up in the previous round. He's going to have a chance to hype himself up here. The lone defender at this A-bomb site, it's all on his shoulders. Deep off angle behind the box.
Yeah, they're slowly walking out. Backup is not quite there, although SunPayus not that far away. So there's the opening, SunPayus. He's very low on health, but that's all worth it. SunPayus trying to get there, and he's, going to be able to stop the bomb. I thought that bomb plant lasted forever. GXX wide swing, and valde's right there to cover it. So still a 2-on-2. And the Eagles ringing out. I'm surprised SunPayus stays for that fight.
Surprised more damage wasn't done. Not as many of those deagle bullets connected as possible. valde should realize the possibility. He knows where both are now, but he had a nade in his hand. SunPayus peeks before the Molotov can really land, and valde has no gun out, ready for the fight. And this is an update over on the mainstream. Furia,
oh man,
completing the comeback to take the lead, and we're seeing them here get up to 15 rounds.
The madness continues. Look at the crowd. It's so amazing. Oh man. Yeah, they are having an absolute party inside of the arena.
That's going to put Fury at 2-0.
Yeah.
I think collectively everyone who's been here has just been like, for no other reason, let's get Fury to the playoffs just to see this crowd 4 times larger, what it's going to be like.
That's really what you want, right? You want for them to be able to succeed at this stage. 13-6 the scoreline. That's another really close round, right? The rounds they won so far in the second half here, BNE, they've been so tight.
And I mean, think of it this way, too. The Hero AK-47 dropped over to SunPayus does its job. It limits the money. Look at what these guys have, Bad News Eagles. They have all the weapons they could need. They're light on utility because of the low economy. But also, they don't have anything built up. 50 on SunPayus and Regan.
And last time ENCE showed up to the B-bomb side, they kind of proved that they can use all the nades, get onto the site. They just lost the 2v2, so they're probably quite happy to try it again. They have plenty of smokes to create that incredible wall that they had down that allowed for the bomb plant, and BNE can't probably challenge it that much. They need the early kills before the bomb is down. What an entry. SunPayus with a disgusting AK shot. When Flatro coming back into it, he gets 1. He really is the engine for the team, and finally he gets knocked out. 3-on-3 with 40 seconds left, and they're going to go for the bomb plant. Still quite far away. SunPayus, he's not quite sure if anything was happening at the A-bomb site, but he's going to know now. Smoke just a little bit late, perhaps.
Oh, they need to reposition, but they don't. They can't get out. They stuck around the default plant boxes for so long. It's all on Snappi. He's had a great game, but this might be a big ask, and he's going to go down another round, and that's Furia winning their match on the main stage, and it's also Bad News Eagles getting their 7th round on the board, and it is a party.
I can't believe it. Amazing pictures here. Amazing video coming through from the A stream. You've got to say,
Caipirinha is all around.
Yeah, it's on you.
It's on
me.
me.
The first round.
It's on me for the arena.
6-round gap in our own little game here, Jason, that we're down to. That's kind of, I feel like that's scary now for ENCE. You're starting to get a feeling that even if they're close, again, another, 1 versus 3 this time, but as you said, at one point of 3 versus 3, still kind of a close round in many ways, and ENCE proving they can get onto the bomb sites. But if it keeps going like this, BNE, they're going to be powering up. They are going to be gaining some confidence that they didn't get close to on the first half. Flato showing up and taking down Snappi. It's a good start.
And this is what you don't want if you're ENCE. Such a big lead. If you start letting them get back into it, if you start letting them believe this is possible, good kill for Madden. One more to find. He's going to swing for it. Oh, Scenario caught out in the open. Good double peek. This time, no utility to save him. They can actually take the fight. The counter flash doesn't work the way they would have liked. Reloading. Madden's got another. And he's going to get the final kill of the round as well. Quad kill in the round for Madden to get ENCE back on the board. And it's 14-7. And now they've completed the economic crash.
Yeah, that's the strength of all of those close rounds. They just all accumulate over time, and eventually they just need that one to pull it through. So 14 on the board.
Yeah, there's money to play with for Bad News Eagles. It's not the most dire situation in the world. I think 2 players can buy M4s, maybe 3, but there's a couple players very limited.
And by the way, just the continuous just bombardment of this B bomb site. And again, probably partly due to the fact that they know BNE are not going to have that many nades to slow them down, so they have a huge luxury in just walking up the ramp.
And I think it's as you mentioned earlier, where they've shown they can get into it. They've shown themselves. They've obviously showed Bad News Eagles, and they've lost a couple of the clutches. But they're saying, like, look, like we're going to get into this bomb site. We're going to win one of these post lands. It's going to happen eventually. And finally, it's cracked. So 2 M4s, a FAMAS, and 2 Deagles.
Wow, some big decisions to be made on the CT side about what you want to try and do. If you believe that they are going to be bold enough to go for another B hit, then you probably need to try and stack it a little bit early. But obviously, if Snappi makes a crazy call and just goes somewhere else, that might be it. You might not have a shot at all. Slightly, and you can see them staying in middle, so they're super mobile. They can rotate almost anywhere. It's not uncommon that we see this anyway, with almost no one holding A at the start of the round. A lot of teams are doing it now.
There's a couple pieces of utility dropped all the way back in T-spawn. They're going to go unused in this round. Molotov and an HE grenade sitting there. Madden's waiting for his timing to flank and push aggressively in middle. A lot of pressure on this B ramp. There's the counter peek for... Oh, I don't know how he's gotten that. I don't know how that's even reasonable. Juan Flatro's close up. They've done great damage to Snappi and SunPayus, and Madden is now making his move. That's a big boy kill. That opens up the option to fall back, but do they even need it?
It doesn't seem like it, Valde. Once he got that first kill, he was on a mission. Synopsy, he's been discovered. He's back here with no health at all. Yeah, to open the round like that with just a random spray through and able to pick it up, that's fairly absurd. But the follow-up was great for ENCE. They're going to be at 15.
And Madden's already taken this to the next level. He's already huddled in to cut off any kind of fallback for Synopsy. Now, the timing is everything. He's expecting the push, obviously, to come through Temple. If he looks to the right, he might just find a free kill. But they want to take everything away from Bad News Eagles. This would be nothing to fight with for Bad News Eagles defense. Oh, just spotted. Nice, easy kill. There it is from Madden. 15-7. 2 kills for him in the round. He had the quad kill in the previous round. I think, what, 2 or 3 on Valde as well in this one?
Yes. Yeah, he had himself hyped up. He was hyped on his own Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Drank his own Kool-Aid.
There we go. And it worked.
It worked.
8 rounds in a row is what BNE need right now. It just does not feel possible right now.
You know, maybe you could see it if they had rifles. I don't know, probably not. But maybe.
Yeah, a better economy and more control of the B bomb site has to be. There's something foundational going on there, but they've never had the grenades to do everything that ENCE were doing in the first half. The sort of the double Molotov setup in middle, the double Molotov setup outside of the B bomb site. Just controlling that part of the map is so huge for the defense, and they haven't been able to.
And you mentioned the lean on the B bomb site, where they're switching it up and going to A, where once again there's only a single defender here. It's Regon with a deagle. He's got at least the first, but not the second. No chance for it. And now Synopsy and Donut is blocked off by smoke. GXX, with just a deagle himself, is not really motivated to be ultra aggressive. He goes down next. And Bad News Eagle is going to be locked out of this site. There's no kit, there's no scout, and there's just 2 remaining.
Wow, nice call. Snappi absolutely in their brains as well. He knew what he was doing. Synopsy shot through the smoke and ends with a beautiful Ancient 16-7 as they take down Bad News Eagles and look much refreshed in this game.
Yeah, they absolutely did. That's a good recovery for ENCE. For Bad News Eagles, Ancient not treating them kind today, and that is a tough opening day at the Legend stage for a team that had hopes to prove that they can do more. We're off to a break. We've got one final game tonight for you here at the Legend stage of IEM Rio, and we'll see you there.